All right, everybody. Another Friday night. That means another comicbookinvest.com Hot 10. We've got a special guest again tonight, so make sure you hang out. And Mel's in the house. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we got the whole crew with us and a very special guest, someone I'm really stoked to get on. Last week, we were lucky enough to have Chris from Journals, Comics, and Pop Culture. Along with Chris being one of the #1 people that we get asked to have on the show, we have Swagglehouse Comics, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, brother, for joining us.
Yeah, thank you so much, man. I'm super stoked to be on the show. I love what you guys do on your channel here. So this is awesome. This is great.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for having me.
Well, thank you, man.
Motherfucking Loki in the building.
Yeah, we already. Yeah,
it was. Yeah, I guess I got that I got that Tom Hiddleston visual.
and hey, that's nothing to be
yes,
mad
no,
about.
I'll take it. Like I said, I was telling backstage. I'll take it.
Yeah. So, okay, guys, we got Ben S in the house. The writer of the list is here. Make sure you guys go check out the list every week. Every Friday, he writes a new list, puts up a new list over at comicbookinvest.com, the CBSI Hot 10 list. And also, of course, whenever you guys check in with us each Friday on the show, you get extra books, which are the almost 10. There could be 2, there could be 3, there could be 7. You never know. Ben's always got a couple extra books that just don't make the list for whatever reason. And ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Mighty Mel V is back with us tonight. He came to hang out an extra night. He couldn't stay away too long. Mel, you've got some real fun stuff going down tonight. I think you said you got some type of special guest going on.
Yeah, especially hopefully it's not a bad idea having this motherfucker on.
Hey, man, it hasn't been a bad idea yet, brother.
And then also tonight I'm giving away a slab, a 9.8. Can you see that?
Let me get rid of this and put this up there for you, because this is a killer book. And if you guys didn't see Mighty Mel V's IG, then you don't know the book. But if you saw the IG, you know the book. He got like 10 of them in there.
7, 6 now.
6.
So
yeah.
Somebody's, and then I'm not giving no more away after this. So this is it right here, and so it's gonna go to somebody very special today.
Well, you guys know how that works over there at the Drunken Chat Son show. Go over to Mighty Mel V's YouTube channel and get on the muffin wheel. That's how you win those books. Mel, how do they get on the muffin wheel?
Just come through, say what up in the chat. That's it. You ain't got to do no special fucking hula hoops, shit, suck the devil's balls, doing all kind of crazy shit. Come through, say hello, and then chat to the wheel. Simple as that.
Amen. Amen. Well, all right, you guys. Like I said, we are really excited to have Mickey from Swagglehouse on, and I want to remind everybody that's watching this right now, this is how you guys do it. You just hit the subscribe button, you hit the bell, you hit all, and then you get notified every time that Swagglehouse Comics and Games drops a video. Do the same for us. If you guys haven't already, we drop amazing content every night of the week. You're doing the same thing over there, man. You have so many videos and so much content that you're doing here and on IG and jumping in on other shows, and you're just putting out a lot of really good content. What do you think of it so far? How long have you been doing it?
Yeah, well, I guess I really, been doing kind of the YouTube thing. I'm Swagglehouse Comics and Games, so I had some gaming stuff, some a year or so ago is when I really started. But I really got confident with doing comic book stuff more recently. So I think around October was when I started to really kind of get into it and do more comic book content. And now you see a lot of my face doing this all the time.
Yes.
So.
I was going to ask you, have you gotten to the point yet where you're getting tired of that?
It's like now it's one of those things where it's like, I'm sure you guys know, where it's like, if you stop doing it, then someone's going to be like, hey, why'd you stop doing it? That's the thing. Like now people expect it. So
yes. And the problem with it, you guys, is this is part of the game that we got to play. There is an algorithm here, whether you guys believe it or not. And this is one of the ways to game that algorithm. So everybody out there, take a cue from Swagglehouse Comics. That's the way you do a thumbnail, brother. That's
just
the way you do it. So.
Vanna White.
Yeah. So make sure you guys go check out his page. Also, you guys follow him on IG. It's very easy. Just go over to IG and just type in swag
There you go.
Most likely it'll come up, you guys. So go over there, check it out. Follow him out. It's at Swagglehouse_comics. That's SWAGGLEHAUS_comics. Really great content, as I said, over there too. So just keep killing it, brother. We see everybody sees what you're doing, man.
And he puts his real name on there too, so he's not hiding behind a some some avatar that and random username or something that's not real.
It's me. Yeah. It's not a deep fake.
Right.
At least not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
All right, you guys, go check out Comic Barricade and cardstopper.com. If you guys haven't used these yet or seen them yet or checked them out, they're lifesavers, not only for trading cards and comics, but magazines and slabs too. They'll save you a lot of time. Also, they give you a lot of extra attention and to stack those boxes, right? If you guys are box stackers, you're always kind of a little worried about that tilt, throwing some Comic Barricades and it'll help you out. So make sure you guys go over there, use the code word Flipside for 10% off your order. That's Flipside for 10% off your order. All right, you guys. Now, we have been doing a new thing over here that is the Almost 10, where Ben goes over a couple of books that just didn't quite make the list. So we're going to go over them quite quickly. First book on the Almost 10 this week. What do we got here, Ben?
Astonishing AntMan 6. This is the first appearance of Cassie Lang as Stinger, I think. That is that right? I believe that's what it is.
Yeah, isn't it Astonishing AntMan number 6? Yeah, yep.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah. I just saw some couple sales. 9/8s are up to 180. Raws are up to 30. I don't know if this is just a, I'm not sure the reason or anything like that. That's why I didn't really make the list, but did see some movement on it, so just something to keep an eye out on.
And I want one of these in the Big Ben bodacious box, waiting patiently for part 3 of that.
Apparently, Mel wins or gets all the books that end up that I should not get rid of. So, again, if I give you a book, it's likely to go up in a very short amount of time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Well, let us know, you guys, in the chat if you've heard anything about Cassie being in Ant-Man 3. I know there's rumors out there, but it looks like this is a book that's moving because of that with the Ant-Man 3 stuff. So I haven't seen anything recently, or can't remember anything recently about that character being confirmed. But if she has been, let us know. But the book is definitely seeing some movement. So, all right, next book on the list this week. This is a really dope cover that I wish I could find, and that's all new Ghost Rider. This is the 1 in 50 variant. Is that?
No, this is the 1 in 25. The one in 50 is the Tradmore, I think.
Yes.
Yeah. But this one is actually, I don't know why. There's fewer of them on eBay than there is the Tradmore. And maybe that's why there was a 9/6 sale of $750 this week.
What?
Yeah, $750. Dang. Yeah, which is $200 more than the last 9/8 sale, which was sold for like $550. So I don't know. It's I've been hearing all kinds of things about Ghost Rider. I don't know if they're gonna go with the new Ghost Rider again or go old school. I don't know, but this is a sweet cover though.
What is the ratio on this?
1 in 25.
What?
Yeah, 9/6, not a 9/8. 9/6 sold for $750.
I ain't mad at nobody, man.
It's definitely a dope cover. I mean, Robbie Reyes, who knows? Maybe they're going to go with that Ghost Rider. Everyone talking about, Johnny Blaze and that 9.8 that sold, but who knows, with Young Avengers type stuff, maybe they want to go with the new generation.
I'm all for it. That's a great point. That is a great point.
Now, Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D., was that Robbie?
That was Reyes.
Yeah.
Okay. And they played him out well. It wasn't bad. And I think a lot of people thought this character, when it first showed up in the comics, wasn't going to last. But I think it's a dope character. The design and the car, everything about it, what they did in the show was great. So I wouldn't be mad if they threw this character in the MCU somewhere. I know everybody's itching to see, Johnny Blaze or even Ketch, right? So Danny Ketch.
Yeah, Danny Ketch, yeah.
So we'll see. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, do we like the car or do we prefer the motorcycle?
I like the motorcycle better, but the car ain't bad, bro.
Car ain't bad.
Hey, the car is cool only because it's different. So it's a totally different character. So let Johnny Blaze have his motorcycle. Let Robbie Reyes have his car.
People love their Fast and Furious, man. That's some Vin Diesel swag right there. Behind
All
him.
right.
Speaking of Fast and Furious, I saw so many people commenting on that new movie today, and it just drives me crazy. Like I don't know how people like that stuff, but people are going crazy over that new movie. So shout out to Fast and Furious. All right, I want to say thank you before I move on to everybody that's joining us live, 112 live viewers. Thank you for hanging out. I see a lot of our good friends in the chat. Thank you for hanging out. I think I saw Trish Forstner from Stray Dogs in the chat. Trish, you're doing good things. For those of you guys that don't know, make sure you guys tune in on Saturday night to the Modern Comic Mayhem crew. We'll talk a little bit about it more in the show, but they're going to have Trish and Tony on this Saturday to be talking about some cool Stray Dog stuff and maybe some future stuff, and maybe we'll get into that a little later in the show. But we're definitely going to be talking about Stray Dogs in this list. So, all right, on to the next one. Now this is I instantly saw it and I thought, okay, now I got to go find this book. I always got to grab these Garbage Pail Kid homages.
Hey, when I saw this, I thought of you, Brian.
Yeah, right. So the MFKZ #1, the GPK 1 in 10 variant, which is about $20 to $30 raw right now. You're saying? Ben?
Yeah, I can't imagine what MFKZ is short for. I mean, it's really tough to figure out what that's actually short for. But, yeah. I mean, it's $20 to $30. I mean, this is from Behemoth. I mean, Behemoth. I mean, are they ordering 10 copies? How many stores are ordering 10 copies of any Behemoth book?
There were a lot of store variants for this, though.
Was there?
Yeah. Well,
are they doing the store variants like Marvel does?
That's a good question. That I don't know.
Well, it's a dope cover. I'll say that. And I wouldn't be surprised. I don't know if this has any tie-ins to anything else out there, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some type of tie-in that might be able to see some extra.
Did you notice the hypodermic needle on his middle
100%.
finger?
Yeah, Jesus.
That is the coolest thing to me.
What is going on this cover? Now that I see it big, like before I just saw it little tiny. Oh my gosh, there's so much going on this cover.
Yeah, we might have to find one of these and get it signed. All right, the next one on the list is a book that we see every couple of months. I feel like this book shows up on the list for one reason or the other, and that's Superboy #9, first appearance of King Shark, sorry.
Or Tiger Shark.
Yeah, King Shark. And I got Namor on the mind. King Shark. And, of course, we're going to see some movement on this because of the Suicide Squad trailer that came out recently. Great character that James Gunn has, turned that into. I think they kind of did that more so on the CW shows. They kind of made that character a little bit easier to work with, but what James Gunn is doing with it is absolutely fantastic, and I love seeing this book on the list. I don't care how cheesy it is.
So this is Stallone doing the voice, right?
Yeah, Sylvester Stallone.
Yeah.
Even better.
So I don't know. It feels like he's doing the he's kind of got the Groot Drax vibes going on with his interpretation of this character. So it looks great. It looks like he's going to do a great job with it.
Real quick, Hartman Sports Cards might have said something that makes this even more of a want for me, and that is that Vince Staples is working on this. So maybe this is it. But anyways, back to the King Shark book. Stallone makes it even cooler. The Stallone stuff didn't do much long term for who was it that he did in the Guardians of the Galaxy? Starhawk, was that it?
Oh, that's it.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. I think this is a great character. Hopefully, they don't kill him off like they did in the first 10 minutes of the other Suicide Squad with
the
one we don't remember because they
Boomerang.
Yeah. No, the
no. Oh, it was
the rope guy.
Yeah,
God, we're great comic book fans, aren't we?
Yeah,
this is terrible.
Yeah, I don't know. I erased that movie from my mind. So
thank you.
Thank
you.
It's hard to remember.
Right.
Yeah, it was not that great. Could have been. All right, on to the next one. Now, this one is a dope VHS homage that I think people are going to be picking up based on cover alone. It's gorgeous. Cherry Blackbird #1, the VHS homage. 20 to 25 raw right now. Is this did this come out recently?
I believe this week.
Okay.
I think the regular cover came out last week, and then is that right? Is that right, Mel?
think it was 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken.
2 weeks ago. Yeah, so I don't know why this one was a little bit behind or whatever, but Slipknot, that was it.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's pretty cool cover. I saw some sales for it. I think this is sold out. I think Midtown sold out of this.
Yeah.
So it's going to be harder to find, but
yep. All right, and to the surprising one for the week for me that I did not know about is the Marvel Pride 1 in 100 variant, and this one was really hard to find a picture of the actual book. Has anybody seen the actual book? Is this what it just looks like? It's just blank.
The back, it's a wraparound. The back has the cover or the title on it.
Okay.
Yeah, so it's a. But again, I mean, it's selling for 120, but it similar to like the 1 in 200 red blank covers that people like. Why? It's just, there's no art on this at all. I could have done this. I could have made this cover. I mean, it's not. I mean, I don't understand it.
Yeah, but there's a reason for why this book is going to be more collectible than not. I mean, this is kind of like a little bit of a mark on history here. So I think that even comic fans might be, if they knew this was out there and available, they might gravitate towards it. But maybe because it's so rare, it'll pass. Who knows? Is this going to be something that we're going to see on con walls in the years to come?
That's a good question. I don't know. I mean, I would have thought that this was ordered fairly heavily. So I mean, yeah, it's a 1 in 100, but I would think that most stores probably didn't pass on getting 100 copies. So
yeah. Also, ladies and gentlemen, Wonderworld Comics is in the house. I did see that they dropped a new variant today. Make sure you guys go check them out. We'll give them a quick shout out.
Dennis, I want one.
Yeah. All right. The next one on the list for the almost 10 is the Spawn's Universe #1. This is the 1 in 50 variant. McFarlane and Brett Booth, I imagine.
It's a Brett Booth cover.
Okay. Brett Booth is an absolute stud. I'm glad to see that he's getting chances like this with McFarlane as the main variant everybody's looking for on the new Spawn universe.
The best looking HeMan variant that I've ever seen is the Brett Booth #2 from Dreamwave. That's the best looking HeMan out there. So I'm not like a huge Brett Booth fan, but that's the best one out there. Can't find it, but it's the best looking one. But yeah, this one's selling for like 60 to 75, which is slightly above. But I don't know if anybody went to your stores this week, they ordered a ton of these Spawn's Universe #1. So this is not going to be rare.
This is 1 in 50, you said?
What? Yeah, 1 in 50.
Yep. Ton of these books. You're 100% right. This is going to break some records for the amount of books, I think, or sales for Image or something. There's some record being broken on this one. But all the Spawn, JJ Maxwell, I think you're right. The Spawn Universe covers were great, especially if you're a JSC fan. Really great JSC cover. I think that was kind of underappreciated. Not a lot of people have talked about it. But that Gunslinger Spawn is going to be a big one.
The skinny Gunslinger Spawn.
Yeah, it's JSC, man. That's how he does things. But it's good to see a male character every once in a while from him.
Sure.
All right. Next book on the almost 10. Last book on the almost 10. Now, this is Avengers Arena #1, which has kind of been hot on multiple lists over the past couple months on this channel. And this is a $100 plus book right now, right? Now this is what is the ratio on this variant? Is this the 1 in 20?
To be honest, I'm not sure. I usually pull these up on my comic shop, and my comic shop didn't have the ratio listed on this, so I'm not 100. Usually I can tell by, if you go into Midtown, you can usually tell for whatever they sell it for on whatever based on their price. But I didn't go that deep into it, so I'm not sure if this was a 1 in 25 or what this was.
Dr. Lovebox says 1 in 50.
He said 1 in, okay, so he said 1 in 50. So it may be impossible to find then, because I can't imagine anybody. Well, I mean, it's an Avengers title, so I guess somebody was probably ordering 50 copies. But I mean,
yeah, Well,
Sheesh.
all right. That is the Almost 10. Make sure to check out the show every Friday night to get the Almost 10 list. And then, of course, before we go on to the meat of the show, I want to remind everybody again this upcoming Saturday to go check out the Modern Comic Mayhem guys. They're going to have Tony and Trish from Stray Dogs on. And listen, I don't know what it is with Tony that just likes to go over there and hang out with those guys all show, because man, it's tough sometimes, man. Those guys get freaking rowdy, and Tony hangs with them, man, and he loves it. And he gives them shit all the time. So anybody that can hang out over there and get through that drinking game is like getting through a drunken chat, son. So it's tough to do. So shout out to Tony and Trish for doing that. Make sure you guys go check out Kyle, Marco, Corbin, and Ish this week as they talk to the Stray Dogs creators and talk about some future stuff they got going. All right, let's get into the honorable mentions this week. The Golden Age honorable mention, Detective Comics number 140, first appearance of the Golden Age Riddler, first appearance of the Riddler period. And I think that the Promise Collection had a gorgeous copy of this available this last week, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, 9.6.
What was it? 400 something K? Right?
400 and 450. Yeah, 450,000.
Oh my God.
Gorgeous. I mean, when you look at the close-up pictures on this thing, it is the yellow is so I mean, it's like brand new. Like, it's just so gorgeous that you can't even wrap your head around it being 70 years old. It's like, how is that possible?
I always said this is proof of time travel. People get in their little time machine and go back and buy these books and grade them.
I mean, it's just insane. I mean, for the fact that this thing has been, I mean, this is now the only 9.6. There's nothing higher. This is the highest graded, and it's the only 9.6.
Yeah, I think it was a 8, right? Was like the next highest greatest.
Yeah, I mean, so you're this thing was just sitting somewhere for 70 years.
That's what I'm saying, and
I don't get it.
It's crazy.
Comic book says it looks almost fake, and it does. I mean, it's ridiculous how beautiful it is.
Yeah, to what Mel was saying too, it's like it doesn't feel like this is a Golden Age comic when you look at it. You know, like you're so used to seeing somewhere. It's so trippy.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know who the buyer of it was. I mean, I don't know who's got 450,000, but dear Lord, it's just gorgeous. And I was trying to figure out. I mean, there were so many of those good Promise Collection books that sold this week. You know, the Matt Baker covers were so gorgeous. This one is just, I mean, I think it's just such a classic book anyway. Ooh, Chad. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to go back. I can't decide.
Chad, thank you, brother. Thank you for hanging out with us every week.
Man, Chad K, what up, baby?
Yeah, hell yeah, man. Well, listen, one of the things that Matt Nelson was talking about this book when Dino and James were talking about him on Old School. He talked about this book of just about how razor sharp the pages were on this, and everything to do with this book looked brand new, just like you guys are talking about. Like even when you'd open up the book and go through the pages, they were just razor sharp, everything about it. And the only thing that was a little bit of a problem was a dust shadow, I guess, on this book, because they were just sitting up there for so long, which blows my mind. I think it goes along to wanting to find out more about the Promise Collection. If you guys don't know about the Promise Collection, go check out the Old School Comics show that they did a couple weeks back on it. It is absolutely fascinating. Or just go check out Heritage Comics. Go to check out Brian Weedman's IG Heritage Comics grader on IG. He shows all the goodies all the time when he can. And this Contact right here is a perfect example of just pure gorgeous, beautiful comic book.
That one only sold for like 40 grand, which
blows me away.
Which if I would have just remortgaged my house, I probably would have bought that. Man, Do you think my
Yeah.
wife would have let me come home? Probably not. Probably not.
That's definitely an ask for permission purchase.
Yeah, right. Yeah, you can have your truck,
So-
or you can have this little tiny
Yeah.
thing of paper.
Sometimes you can sneak some, visits to the LCS. Other times you got to ask the wife.
Did they ever like kind of like track down like how this guy came like across this book? Like, I mean, the guy who submitted it, like, where did he find this at?
So what happened, Mel, is two brothers grew up together. The older brother collected comics and just took really good care of them back in the 40s, late 30s, and through the 40s. And they went to the Korean War. They went and joined the army, or I think it was the army. Went to the Korean War. They made a deal with each other, and the older brother's deal to the younger brother was, "Hey, if I go, make sure to take care of my funny books."
Oh yeah. I think you did tell the story. Right.
Just beautiful historical story on top of the collector, the cool collector aspect, the historical aspect, and then the whole brothers thing. Like if you grew up, if you have a brother, that just hits the heartstrings.
Yeah. It's like it's just the classic find too, because it was like boxed up in the attic, sat there for years. So it's just that classic comic book find.
That's my next question. Like, how did he preserve the shit for it to get a 9? That's crazy.
Pure luck, bro. Pure luck.
Yeah.
So, and we were talking about some of the sales on those books. You talked about the contact book going for like $40K. Well, how can a book sell for that much when a book on our second honorable mention this week sold for another ridiculous amount? This is the famed Del Auto SpiderMan, Amazing Spider-Man 667 variant, and one of these recently sold for how much, Ben?
$33,000.
Wow.
33 grand. Yeah, which is almost double what the last one sold for. So,
and we haven't found out if the one that sold is the recent one that sold at the con that we've all heard about. That would be interesting to find out if it's the same book. But I don't think the guy would have got it graded fast enough.
No, I mean they got it graded.
Okay.
She got it graded, and it was a 9.8. But I don't think there would have been any way that she could have got it to Heritage that fast. Because usually it's like there's like a 3-month, waiting period or something if you send something to Heritage or something like that. So,
yeah, that hurts right there.
Yeah, I've never seen this book ever.
Yeah, never, not once. And to see that the Mexican reprint sold for $2K just pains me just a little bit too. Just pains me just a little bit. So, anyways, crazy book. Doubt we'll ever see one in person. This is one of those books that I've never seen one in person. There's another book I want to talk about later in the show that I've never seen in person that I think is one of the biggest ghosts that is not talked about a lot when we talk about ghosts, but we'll get to that. All right, now for the heart of the list at number 10. And this is a 2 for this week. They've been on the list a couple weeks in a row now, and I think it's out of pure love for the story, and that is Stray Dogs. And Stray Dogs, the final issue, part 5 of this initial run, came out. Everybody that I've talked to loved it, just along with the rest of the series. But this Friday the 13th homage really hit the spot. This is awesome. Absolutely great.
I love Friday the 13th and all these covers.
Oh, Mel's mic just died.
Well, yeah.
There you go. He sat on the mute.
So yeah, I love Friday the 13th. I think all the homage covers have been great.
Hey Mel, go into the cam and mic settings. You're coming through on your cam mic.
Okay.
Yeah, this the last and I've not been able to pick this up, but I was I made mention I hope that there's a second part of this or a new series, and somebody mentioned that I guess there is a preview for a new mini series on this, so it is not just going to be a one and done. So that's a good thing, especially for the people putting their money into it right now.
Yeah, this is definitely such an awesome cover. I mean, I'm getting like Something Has Killed the Children PTSD with this one though, because
Yes.
I unfortunately slept on Stray Dogs, and it was just one of those things where it's like, and of course I'm gonna cry later on in the list when we get to maybe another book, but yeah, I didn't get it, and then it was like number 2 comes out, and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm too late, and then it's like number 3 comes out, oh, maybe I'm too late, and then now we're here, and it's like now I'm like, oh, I should have got it, and of course again I'm too late. But I will definitely pick up the trade. I'd love to read this.
This has been one of the best comics I've read all year. There's very few comics out there that, just by story. Well, it's not just by story alone, but it could have been story alone, and the art could have been garbage, and I still would have loved it. But the story was a 10, and the art was a 10. Trish has done. They did such a perfect job of like not making them look too cartoony, but cartoony enough to where you're kind of taken away from them being dogs. And then you still know they're dogs, and it hits the heartstrings, and it's just like that perfect mix of seriousness and cartoonishness that makes it worth reading. And you actually, I don't know, it's really weird. It's really good though. So make sure you guys go check this out. It's definitely worth checking out in the trade. I know there's a ton of variants with it. They did a really cool thing with the movie homage variants that was just really smart. They did some really niche horror movies, and of course the famous ones like this. Their Hive Comics, which was
Blair Witch
was really good. It from Bird City was good. There was a lot of variants that were really good.
Silence of the Lambs.
Yeah, the Silence of the Lambs one was great. Really cool stuff. But the story was just perfect, and it was optioned a long time ago. I think they're still working on where we're going to see it and what we're going to see, but this is definitely going to be, hopefully it's done really well animation, and I could see it just being a major hit. Hopefully it's on one of the major streaming services, so let's cross our fingers. But thanks for everybody for hanging out with us tonight. We appreciate you. We got 200 live viewers right now. Again, you guys, we want to thank Swagglehouse for hanging out with us. So make sure you guys go check out his page. I want to shout out some of the commenters on the chat right now. Nolan Nerd says that your Kang video that you released earlier was absolutely awesome. So you guys make sure you guys go check out his Kang video. We're all talking Loki right now. I think that this is kind of greasing the rails for Ant-Man, and we all kind of can see where they're going. I don't think we necessarily know. I'm sorry, you guys, my internet is acting up, but yeah, make sure you guys go check out his Kang video. The Loki stuff has been actually crazy, in my opinion. What do you think about Loki so far, Mickey?
I mean, I love it so far. I mean, I think it's been really great. I think episode 3 was maybe not quite as good as episode 2, but I'm definitely all in. But yeah, I would love to see Kang, although I'm skeptical because I feel like with Wanda, we all thought we were going to get the bigger thing with Falcon and Winter Soldier. We thought we were going to get the bigger thing, and then Kang and this one is the bigger thing. But it kind of feels like they want to keep these more character centric. Mm-hmm. So I even though I know we all know that we're going to Kang in some kind of way, I don't know if we're going to get him just yet. So
that's why I stopped specking on Disney Plus shows. Fucking a box full of shit that you can't get rid of.
Yeah.
Hey, it's either that or they're doing the tease, and then once the movies actually come out, then they're gonna retcon all this stuff, and they'll be like, "See, you guys were right the whole time." And I feel like with Boner, from WandaVision, I really feel like there's more to that. Like, I don't think it was just the big ruse or something. Yeah. I think there's actually more to that.
Or they'll do, because Marvel's pretty clever, so they'll later on down the line they'll make things more significant, kind of like what they did with the Thor: The Dark World with Endgame. They kind of reuse old moments from other properties and soup them up.
You're on mute, Bri.
Did we talk about what this is seeing on the secondary market already for sales?
Yeah, this one's 15 to 20.
Wow.
A ton of sales. Yeah, I mean,
I think people have kind of caught on quick enough, especially in the speculation corner of the world, that this was going to be a big seller, and they were able to jump on right at the end. But
yeah, I mean, I probably would have put the It variant here, but I didn't as of yesterday. I didn't see that they were in people's hands yet. But the It variant from we don't.
yeah.
I don't say the company.
Bird City, I can say them.
Yeah, Bird City, I fucking say it too.
I don't, but you guys can definitely say it. Only because they're definitely really close friends of our show. But yeah, I mean, so they're just doing really well. So good for them.
Yeah, and also I'll say it again. The stuff that Trish and Tony are doing with the fans. I've seen them on other shows and stuff. They go hang out with Laura and Jen and Lucy from Near Nirvana and Comic Book Women. Trish has been on Comic Book Women multiple times, and every time she's there, she does a great job. And it's nice to see comic book creators hanging out and having fun, and even when they talk about the stuff that they're creating.
Trish is top notch. I did a couple of shows with her. She's top notch. She's amazing, and I'm happy that her book is having so much success.
Yeah, amen. It's nice to see good people.
Winning.
Yeah, winning. Yeah. All right, number 9 on the list this week. Spider-Woman first appearance, Marvel Spotlight number 32. Seeing some love with the recent rumors and news. What's this doing right now?
Yeah, so this is my my GOSA for the week, which is grain of salt alert. The source, again, sometimes these things end up on like comic book news, which are supposed to be like legitimate sources or legitimate stories, but then you actually read the article and you see that they're quoting these terrible places and stuff like that. So take it with a grain of salt. But yeah, 9.6 sold this week for $14.50, which is an all-time high. All-time highs over the last 2 weeks have sold, or is basically almost in every single grade now, because the Olivia Wilde movie is supposed to be Jessica Drew. So we'll see if it actually happens. It may very well be. But I wouldn't step on a limb and say it's confirmed, which is what all these places are saying.
Yeah, we're getting a little bit better at that, about talking about if it's a rumor or confirmed, or at least we're trying to.
Sometimes it's hard, no matter how hard you look. It's actually kind of hard to figure it out yourself. So
it's impossible.
Yeah. Do you think that sale is coming off the heels of the Olivia Wilde movie spec, or is this like coming off the kind of the Issa Rae playing?
I don't know. Well, only because I saw that those confirmed stories were like 2 days ago or 3 days ago, and then the $14.50 sale.
Right.
But the other ones, I guess, were kind of over the last couple weeks. So those are probably tied into to something else, something a little bit different. But
right.
Well, the Issa Rae stuff was what I was kind of getting to, trying to show a little bit of that. It'd be interesting to see if is it confirmed that she is playing Jessica Drew or just Spider-Woman. I think that's all we've kind of heard, right?
That's true. I don't actually know.
Yeah. So I don't know if we've heard that she's Jessica Drew, but I mean, you guys can see some of the eBay sales right now.
And there's a lot of them. I mean, these are all just within the last 24 hours. I mean, there's a lot of sales.
Yeah.
On a really expensive book. So
I could have this book for $20.
Coulda, shoulda, woulda on a lot of these, brother.
I feel like every book you could have purchased a year or older, I feel like is a missed opportunity at this point.
Give a fuck about no Spider-Woman.
That's a solid point, Mickey. I agree.
Yeah.
It is funny because it's like that 1,400. That's like a ridiculous number, but if it as soon as that trailer drops, it's going to be like. 1,400 is steal.
It's gonna be like 2,000. Be like, man, why didn't I spend 1,400 on it? That was dumb.
Yeah. Well, this has been a key or minor key or major key, however you want to. It's been a key for a while. I feel like this is also one of those books that always ebbs and flows with speculators. It's not as bad as the Werewolf by Night 32, but it's always ebbing. It's always going up and down throughout the year.
Right.
All right, number 8 this week is a absolute, as Long Short would call it, banger of a cover. And I could see this one being probably the hottest variant of the week. And that is the Silk number 4 variant, Jenny Frizen variant. Absolutely amazing. And what are we seeing on the sales for this right now, Ben?
So amazingly, it's only $40 to $50. But I think a lot of it has to do more with just the volume that's out there. There's a lot of store variants for this. I don't think any retailer was surprised by this. So the ones who didn't get a store variant would have ordered plenty enough to get a 1 in 25. So I can see why it's only 40 to 50.
Get it for 40, tuck it away. You'd be happy in a couple of years.
Yep, I agree. I think Frizen is still kind of undervalued, which blows me away. I don't know how that's possible, but I think she just kind of popped. She started getting hot like right before the comic craziness started, like right before Peach Momoko, right? I mean, she was kind of getting hot as we were finding Perillo and all those really dope Vampirella covers and stuff back in the day. If she would have been 2 years later, she would have been the hottest artist, one of the hardest artists in the game. I mean, even more hot than she is now.
Now, but, one of the store variants for this I really like. I don't usually like store variants very much, but one of those store variants for this, the Kale New variant is pretty sweet. I don't know if you guys have seen it, but it's pretty sweet. So,
I think you can. That's the new variant.
Yeah, no, it's got like it's like she's got her back turned. I can't remember if she's got like Black Cat. I think maybe Black Cat's on the cover with her.
That one right there. That's Alex Garner. That one's good too.
Yeah,
that one, it's not that one. It's that one right there. That one right there.
Yeah.
And look, it's really cheap. I mean, it's $10, but I think that one's really sweet looking.
Wow.
So,
where are they going? You have webs, and where you riding a bike?
Yeah.
I just feel like anything. I feel like Silk with like sort of this kind of hip hop kind of vibes is just like always kills it. You know,
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm really surprised that nothing has happened with Silk as of yet.
A lot of people are hanging on to those Amazing Spider-Man 4s. Just waiting.
That's the view, Bill.
Yeah. All right, 220 live viewers. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Make sure to hit that like button. Make sure to subscribe. Hit that bell if you haven't already. And, of course, make sure to go give Swagglehouse Comics a follow on IG. Also, make sure to subscribe to their YouTube channel as well. We appreciate you guys hanging out with us every Friday night on these live shows. You guys make it a lot of fun. And also, you guys, if you guys want to give us advice on who in the community to have on, just like we've asked you in the past, and you guys gave us Journals Comics and Swagglehouse Comics and all these great people. Keep them coming. We want to find some more people that you guys want to see on the show. This community is really important to us over here at Flipside. And
Aaron Yee. I want to see Aaron Yee.
Aaron Yee, man. Aaron Yee's everywhere right now. I don't think Aaron Yee has the time to do a Friday night show, man.
Yes,
that guy is Mr. Comic right now. So
he doesn't sleep.
Well, not only do we need to see Aaron Yee on here, but Ninth Wonder, we got to get Ninth Wonder on here one of these nights.
Definitely.
Make sure you guys, give a follow to all these great content creators that are in this comic sphere that are doing it out there, because it's a lot of fun, but it's also a lot of work to get this content out to you. So
there was a government report today about aliens, and Aaron Yee was in it. So
why do you got to bring that shit up, man? Why do you got to bring that shit up during a hot 10?
He's not from Earth, man.
Oh, man. Well, from aliens to ghosts, I think that there is a true ghost. Nolaner, thank you, brother, for that $2. Anyone peep that Black Widow issue 11 and previews? No, but I'm sure we're going to be talking about it in Drunken Chat after the show. All right, so back to that ghost talk. There is an ultimate ghost out there that I think we don't really talk about a lot, and that is the Sandman 8 Air variant, the Karen Berger. Is it Karen Berger, right? The editorial that a lot of people sleep on that don't know about. Now, obviously, that's not going to be on the list. That book is just too hard to find. I don't think I've ever seen that book. I never found or talked to somebody that's seen it themselves. It's that rare. But this book even in the normal version, is going crazy right now. And that's Sandman #8, first appearance of Death, is number 7 on the list this week. What's up with this?
Yeah, 9/8s are this week. 9/8 sold for $1,600 to $1,900. Gosh, I remember a year ago you could get 9/8s of this for like $500, $400. Yeah, now it's pushing $2,000. Yeah, it's a lot. These Vertigo ones scare me only because of how Preacher went way up and then the show came out and then they just tanked. I mean, just completely fell off, the face of the earth.
Gonna do the same thing.
What? Who did?
I think this is gonna do the same thing.
You think it's gonna do the same thing?
Yeah.
Why? You don't think the show's gonna be good? Have you seen any of the production?
Once things hit TV, it's the time we live in. Not because of the book, it's just the time we live in. Once people want to move on to the next big thing.
I can see that, but only if the show, which is with this on HBO, right?
Yeah, this is gonna be on HBO. HBO Max.
So once you get the HBO treatment of this story, if it's magnificent,
gotta be great.
It may be. I mean, it's the subject matter is so. I don't want to say it's so smart for most comic people, but it may be. Maybe it may be too. Somebody said, or Aaron said, he thought it might be Netflix. I'm not 100% sure if it's Netflix or HBO, but either way, Sandman may be too smart for.
It's Netflix. You're right.
It does make a difference. I feel like if it's on HBO, then I'm bullish. If it's on Netflix, then jury's out. Jury's still out. But this one's, Sandman's just like in kind of an all-time class. I mean, I guess so is like some of the other ones, but like Preacher and stuff. But I feel like this one compared to like a Jupiter's Legacy is kind of still more of a classic comic storyline.
What Netflix comic book show has done well?
Umbrella Academy did very well.
1 out of what?
Well, I don't know if Netflix has done that many comic shows, have they?
October Faction, Jupiter's Legacy.
Was that Charlize Theron one on Netflix too? That was a good movie. Old Guard, that was good.
But that was just a movie though, so that wasn't like a show.
Yeah.
This one,
Raising Dion.
This one though, this is one that I guess people. This one is somebody's. People have been wanting this as a show for decades, and I'm surprised that it is actually happening. To be honest.
Well, I talked about this. It might have been a couple weeks ago when the news came out about the casting, and about how I was so wrong on the Starfire casting in Teen Titans and how I was against it. I didn't feel like I wanted my orange skinned Starfire, and then I talked so much shit about it, saying I just wish they would keep it to the character, this and that, and then that Starfire character that actress did such a damn good job on Teen Titans, and I'm keeping my mouth shut for this one because Sandman for me was one of those books that means. It's like one of those books. It's like top 3 that means the most to me in comics, and I don't want to see it be done wrong. But I'm gonna wait till we see it to decide to have any real thoughts. Hey,
all I know is despair in that picture, man. I think she's about ready to kill somebody right now.
Yeah, she scares me, man. She scares me.
Yeah. I hope they give this. Go ahead, Mel. Go ahead.
No, I was going to ask. As a read, what do you think was better? Do you think Sandman was a better read than Preacher, or Preacher was better than Sandman?
Oh yeah, Sandman was a better read for me. Sandman was so much different. Was so different from anything that I had read up until that point, and it caught me because like most people, I think it caught at that time. I was at the perfect age to be like, oh, I dig goth chicks. I'm gonna read this shit. And it was just. It was a perfect time, especially for a lot of males. I know this for females. This is one of those books that grabs a lot of female comic readers too. Do the same thing for males. This is just such and I think you talked about it, Mickey. It was such a pivotal comic book for so much more than just people, for the comic industry. I mean, what it did for Vertigo and everything. So,
I hope Netflix gives this one time. You know what I mean? Like, I hope like if it doesn't pop off in that first like 2 weeks or whatever, you know, I hope like because like you said, it's very complex and there's a lot to explore, and it feels like something that can build over like many seasons of a television show. That's very satisfying. So hopefully they, you know, give this one a leash to grow.
I didn't watch Watchmen because I felt it was just too complex. But I also almost didn't watch Lovecraft Country because I thought it was too complex. But then I sat down and watched it. I thought Lovecraft Country was fucking fantastic.
Hold on, so you never watched Watchmen?
No.
Oh my gosh, man!
When it started raining fish, I was like, nah, this shit.
Oh no, you need to watch. You need to give Watchmen. Yeah, Regina King did awesome in that.
I heard.
Yeah, you need to watch.
And a lot of people give me shit for it. Like, you didn't give it enough time.
Yeah, you need
fucking raining fish. But
you just have to go. You just have to go into it with a mindset of this is not Watchmen the book.
That's exactly. Yes.
This is such a tough book in high grade too. I mean, have you ever submitted any of these, Ben?
I've never owned this book.
Okay. I haven't submitted any. I've got like 3 or 4 that I'm waiting to submit, but they're just, you know, such pain in the asses. But I again, listen, if there's anybody out there that knows about the variant or Karen Berger editorial variant on this one, let me know. And I would love to hear more about that book and how less rare it actually is, because I'd like to find one day, but I doubt it.
There's a guy on Facebook that said he's got 8 of these and 4 of the variant. 4.
Yeah, you need to slip me that guy's information so I give that guy a call.
Yes. I don't know how you get 4 of them, but he
must have got them off the shelf. He must.
Yeah. Oh, he must have been at the place where they dropped him.
It was raining squid. I was shout out to
No, I'm gonna cut that. Rewind.
I said fish. It was squid. Shout out to Hartman.
Look, now you're fucking it up even more, man. Jesus. Yeah, 250 live viewers. Thank you guys for hanging out with us. We appreciate it. Make sure to hang around following the show over on the Mighty Mel V channel.
Yes.
We've got Drunken Chat immediately following this, and a big special guest over there. That you guys are not going to want to miss, and the same old gang, man. You guys don't want to miss all the.
I guess I could have been a special guest because I haven't been on in a week. So special guest could be me.
Yeah, special guest could be you, but I don't think that's a good idea either.
Yeah, I don't think it's a good idea though. Sounds like a bad idea.
Yeah, it sounds like a bad one. All right, listen. This next book is a book that I think we all knew was probably going to make the list this week. It's been a pretty big book in the Speculator's Corner, and a pretty big book just for being a good book. And this artist, and I believe this book was recently nominated for an Eisner, and that is Bitter Root. And number 6 is Bitter Root. Number 14, the Juneteenth variant by Sanford Green. Absolute banger right here.
She got ones on. This is amazing.
I know. I was about to say the same thing. When I had to look at the small picture, I didn't see it. And now I see it in the big picture.
Just agree. Like, forget about the spec. Just read the book. It's gonna do. If you love Lovecraft Country, hopefully it's as good as Lovecraft Country when it hits the small screen or big screen, whatever screen it comes on.
This is was this Legendary Pictures? Is that who's doing this?
Mm-hmm. And Regina King has ties to this as well. So I hate to be one of those I told you so's. A long time ago, get on this Bitter Root wave, baby.
Yeah, tons of sales on this.
Wow,
so many sales
out the gate.
Yeah,
and there was a lot of places where, at least online, I saw were limiting this to 1 per customer. At least Midtown, I believe, was limiting this to 1 per customer. But Sanford Green has just done such an amazing job in the last couple of years, and I would love to see more from anything from him right now.
Sanford Green, Mr. Chuck Brown was on the show. Was on Drunken Chat. Man, it's just a great series, great everything, man. Mr. Walker, fantastic. Salute.
Good stuff. Yep, really good stuff. Great cover. All right, number 5 this week. I love this book. Royal has he's so close to Campbell, but it's like good Campbell, right? I don't know what it is. Like I think if Campbell would have drawn these two characters now, it wouldn't have looked as good as Royal is doing it. When I first saw this book, when I first saw this on Drunken Chat, I immediately said that looks like old school J. Scott Campbell G.I. Joe from when J. Scott Campbell was just starting on the Image run, the was it Devil's Due run, I believe. Great covers from J. Scott Campbell and Michael Turner, but J. Scott Campbell did some really good covers with Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow. He did a special for the 21 issue, the second silent issue, where they kind of homage the silent issue. But this is a great cover, and I think that G.I. Joe fans alone are going to buy a ton of them. Yeah,
this is dope. I mean, it's definitely like if you're talking about the creative of it, you're like, well, I want to modernize it, but I also want to give it the classic G.I. Joe feel. I just feel like this is exactly that. Like, you just kind of totally knocked it out of the park with this one.
Yeah, perfect. What is this going for in the secondary market right now, Ben?
Yeah, so it's 40 to 60. The thing that's confusing to me is this book came out last week or 2 weeks ago, the 282. But the retailers didn't get their variant, apparently, or maybe it was whatever it was. It was strange how the some of them still haven't got it. I'm not really sure the whole story on it. Other than it's just it's hard to know if this was like really rare or this is just going to end up being just a cool cover. If everybody starts all of a sudden, 3 weeks after the fact, everybody gets all their variants and. Who knows? I don't know, but it is a really good cover, so that's going to help it, I think, long term. But it's hard to tell. It's hard to tell what it's going to do at this point.
What do you guys think of that Snake Eye? Oh, go ahead, Brian.
No, that's exactly what I was going to ask. Man. Okay, we're on the same level.
Yeah,
that Snake Eyes. I don't know what to think, man.
The trailer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love it, like that. I don't know what to think is code for I don't like it, but I don't want to be mean.
Yeah, that's me being a huge G.I. Joe fan and just feeling terrible right now because I was so looking forward to it. They're trying to build some type of origin story that just isn't ridiculous, and people are so mad because they're so invested in this character from their childhood.
Yes.
It's hard to see any. One thing I will say that I thought was really cool was when he hit the visor and all the visors came down on the mask. I was like, that was cool. They should have done that with Ray Park back in the other movies.
You're going to get the mask with 15 minutes after the movie, and I hope I'm wrong.
I feel like somewhere in the movie or like at the end or something, they got to I don't know, he's got to take a blade to the throat or something, and he can't talk anymore. Or they gotta get to that point. I feel like otherwise people are going to be upset if they just end the movie with him still talking.
Yeah, and the fight scenes do look really tight. They look really good.
Yeah, Snake Eyes is the type of person he just doesn't need an origin. Like, who cares? He's Snake Eyes. Nobody, when we were growing up, nobody knew what the fuck Snake Eyes was all about. He just looked badass. You know what I mean?
Same with Wolverine. That's what made Wolverine so cool.
Yes, absolutely.
And Boba Fett.
There's certain characters that need mystery. Joker. That's why the Joker is so devious in my head, because you don't have a clue where he comes from, and you can't trust anything. I just love that.
But on the flip side, what made the Joker movie so great was we see how that incarnation of the Joker became who he was. Was what I thought what made it fabulous. You know what I mean?
We'll see what happens with the second movie. That movie wasn't made to be a Joker movie. I'll tell you that straight off, right from jump. That movie was not written to be a Joker movie. They did a great job with it and turning it into a Joker movie, but I don't know. I think it's going to be hard to play around with that in the future if they try to do it in the universe.
I don't think they're going to fucking nail the same type of Joker feel with the Snake Eyes movie. I just think it's going to be shit. But I've been wrong 95% of the time. So, like I said, if I don't like something, it's going to be great.
Yeah. Well, I like the Storm Shadow. That Storm Shadow brought him over there, and I think that's where they're going with that, right? That Storm Shadow's the one that brought him over to the clan to get trained and this and that. He saved Storm Shadow's life or something. That'll be interesting to see if that's the case. But I think that you're right, Mickey. They have to do something where they make him mute and can't talk anymore, because that's such a big part of his character. So, all right. number 4 on the list is a amazing cover. Another one of those books that could be cover alone. And HeMan right now is super hot. Anything HeMan, super hot, including copyright claims. But that's okay. This book right here, cover alone, I think sells it. But it's also the final book in the run. HeMan and the Masters of the Universe, number 19. An absolute banger of a cover.
Yeah, and does this have Skeletor's origin in there? Is that part of? I don't have this book, so I haven't read it or anything like that. But does it have? I thought I saw somewhere this might have Skeletor's origin in the story. All I know is it jumped from $10 to $50 this week. So, the yellow is gorgeous, though.
Yeah, absolutely. This is like one of those. What are they? The JTC. Covers
the negative
for sure.
Yeah, Cedric killed several of these covers.
Yeah. Step on Cedric. Yeah, that guy is crazy.
So. Yeah. I don't have this book either. I don't know if it's the origin. Almighty Lager King says it's Skeletor's origin though, so that's pretty cool for sure. Yeah. But like you guys said, the negative space is awesome with this book.
So that's fucking He-Man uncle.
Who? Keldor?
Skeletor.
Well, that's kind of what they tried to do with that Keldor thing, right? Is that the case? I'll be honest. Like I am one of the worst He-Man fans. I could care less unless it was a little toy in front of me. And the show. As soon as I found G.I. Joe, He-Man was done for me. But I know Sean Big Leg is getting ready to if he's seeing this right now, he's throwing things at the screen.
Oh, and he's like, man, why didn't they have me on the show? I know more than all 4 of them combined.
what is this going for? Because I want to buy one.
This is
50.
issue. How much?
50.
Wow. No, I'm good.
Yeah. This is a book I feel like you could find in a long box, easy, Mel.
I think you could. I think now that I know to look for it, which I was always looking just for 18 before. So now that I know that I need to be looking for 19, I think I probably will be able to find 19, but I don't know.
Yeah. Dope book.
Yeah, is He-Man's son really named Hero?
Oh, God, I don't know about that. That's going too far.
I got to contact Larry, because if it is...
Hey, chat, let us know.
That's fucked up shit.
Yeah, Keep It Thorough. Shout out to Keep It Thorough. Make sure you guys follow
it's
anything.
He-Man's uncle.
Yeah, he's He-Man's uncle in the series. There we go, you guys.
Hey, Mickey, somebody's asking the rows that you have behind you, are those comic shelves or are those just basic shelves?
They are picture shelves. You can get them from IKEA and Moslanda. That's what you need to look up. Moslanda picture shelves.
There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a big, they ask about it, and that's a part of the show. We gotta show this a little bit. There we go.
Yeah.
As you guys can see behind them how good they look.
There you go.
It looks boss, brother. Nice job.
You really are low-key, man.
Well, all right, let's get on to number 3. We got the top 3 coming, you guys. I want to remind everybody again to make sure to subscribe, hit that like button, go check out Swagglehouse Comics page on IG and YouTube at Swagglehouse_comics, and also make sure to check out its Drunken Chat following the show.
Then you can know the origin of the funky David Bowie, whatever, with the finger lightsaber thing going on.
I watched that movie the other day, Mel. I actually watched it.
Oh,
what is
rock
that?
And roll.
Yeah, rock and roll.
That is Mock. His name is Mock. He's the greatest.
It's not David Bowie?
No, it's actually Lou Reed.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Lou Reed
It looked like David.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to ask you for like 2 years. What is that stupid icon?
It's not stupid. It's fucking Mock from Rock and Roll.
Whatever. It's stupid.
The second greatest thing to come out of Canada. The first thing was you can't do that on television.
Yes. McAllister. All right. On to the top 3. Number 3 this week. A Sonic book, which I absolutely love this cover. This cover is badass. I wish I would have known about it before the list. I did not. This is Sonic the Hedgehog for the 30th anniversary, and it is a variant at that.
This is definitely the fuck this book cover of the week, because my friend told me, you gotta get the Sonic, I said, man, I've been burnt on Sonic IDW so many times before. I am not touching this shit. Get this shit away from me. Like, yo, trust me. Then fuck you, and fuck me now. It's going for like 100, right?
Yeah, it is.
So,
sorry, Mel.
Yeah, again,
it is a sweet looking cover though, because it looks like my my teenage years, in the 90s and stuff. So it looks just like that.
Yeah. This is one that's like, Sonic's kind of crossing generations now. It's like we grew up with it, and then the movie crushed with the kids now, and they like it too. So I don't know, 30 years. There you go.
It's kind of funny that you bring that up, because lately I do all my TV watching is just straight YouTube now. Right. And I go down these crazy YouTube holes, and sometimes I find myself just watching kids playing video games because I'm like, I remember that video game. I want to check that out or something. And a lot of these kids you're 100% right. They're playing old school Sonic. And blows me away. But I think that this is not only that, but this is a beloved character that a lot of kids who grew up on this, that didn't read the comic at all, are picking these up just to collect them, just to collect them. This is a sick cover though.
Yeah, should have got it.
Yes. Yep, you missed out.
Yeah.
All right, number 2 on the list this week, Injustice: Gods Among Us, Year 3, number 7. And this one kind of surprised me. What's up with this, Ben?
Okay, so yeah, I wasn't too familiar with this. One little baby there looks like he's about 26 years old, and just isn't like in a little tiny body, but yeah.
He like got enough hair to get a haircut.
Yeah, I mean, it looks really like a little baby boss or something. I don't know what's going on, but yeah. So this has got the first appearance of Laura Lane Kent, which is their daughter. Yeah. I don't think that's not Laura. I don't think. I mean, if that is, then but anyways, the character in the book, the photos, apparently some set photos from the Flash movie came out, and the character that's playing Supergirl looks identical to the girl in this book. And so I guess people are thinking that that's going to be the Supergirl is going to be from this book. So once people figure that out, it went from like dollar bins to like $40, like instantly. So I would think that you can still find this book probably in dollar bins if you're looking hard enough.
Why does the Injustice storylines and books sound better than the main storylines?
I've heard the story is way better than what most of the storylines, just because it's, I don't know. I think when you get, into like Superman's, I think Superman is just a difficult story to write.
Yeah.
I think that'd be really hard to make him any somewhat relatable.
It's the toughest character to write in comims because he's invincible.
Yeah. And same thing. That's the reason why a video game would never work with Superman. Level 1, who's
yeah, who's your mini boss that's going to fight Superman?
Yeah.
But here's the thing, and on the same lines of we're saying that's the hardest character to write in comics, the reason why people love and Injustice so much is because they wrote a really good Superman story with Superman going evil and how he got there, and it was really done well for the video game, which turned into the comic, which just kept going. Obviously, there's year 3. They did great job telling the characters in a little bit different way that was done really well. I still catch people, friends of mine, and my little brother, every once in a while I'll catch them literally going to YouTube and watching like the cut scenes all in a row from Injustice, because the story is told so well, and the cut scenes like it's a good movie to watch, and they're a couple hours long still. Yeah. This is one of those perfect storms.
Yeah, I don't know if this book has any ties to Superman and Lois, but people really like that show too right now.
I heard it was really good.
It's like I've watched a few episodes of it, and I think Superman as a family man actually kind of works okay. then you get the family as the weakness overall.
Yes. Yeah, that's the only way. Superman's only weakness is his love for humans, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's his weakness. That and kryptonite. All right. But kryptonite don't do shit to him. All right.
Yeah, he just tries harder.
Yeah, exactly. The number one book of the week, you guys, and there's no doubt about it this week. And shout out to Tony and Trish again, who we've said their names over and over on this episode, but for good reason. Stray Dogs number one is going absolutely crazy right now in the secondary market for good reason.
Really a $100 book?
It really is a $100 book. 9/8s are $400 for 9/8s. I mean, are you really surprised? I mean, look at what Something Is Killing the Kids did. I mean,
I'm not surprised. I'm more disappointed because I know I should have bought, and I was like, I'll get it next week. I'll get it next week.
Mel,
I'll get it next week.
2
That's
weeks
what I'm
ago.
saying. That's what happened. That's what happened to me too.
2 weeks. Hey, Mel, 2 weeks ago, I put the Hive one on the top 10.
Uh-huh.
And I said everybody needs to be going out and buying this book because I think it's going to be going up and it's going to be going up fast. And I specifically told myself to do it. Guess who didn't do it? Guess who didn't do it?
125.
I mean, I'm an idiot. I mean, I'm the worst speculator ever. I could see it coming and I won't buy it.
But for this, for a person like Trish, which is top notch, amazing person, I am so happy for her.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Was
this a high print run? Was there a lot?
I don't think they printed very many of these, but that's a great question. I don't know.
I should have researched that. I'm going to see while you guys are talking. I'm going to see if I can pull it up real quick.
Yeah, I know.
And it has nerve to be a blank variant.
Yes, I was going to tell you that, Mel. I think we got a new Drunken Chat art show coming.
But I don't know. Can you even find the blinks right now?
Well, we'll have to ask. We'll have to find out.
Yeah.
This is the book, though, that everybody is chasing
acetate?
right now. Yeah, the acetate cover. So hopefully some of you guys got those acetate covers. But as you can see, all the different variants, there's a ton of them, and they're all decent. I don't think you can go wrong with any of them. But
they're all dope. I mean, just seeing those movie homages.
So they had a stack, and I'm like, oh, next week I'll get it.
Oh man.
Yeah. Well,
if it's low print, man, this is like, who knows? This is to the moon, maybe.
Yeah, this is win-win if it's low print. Win-win, because it was optioned. It was optioned very early on. In all honesty, it might have been optioned before print because the story was that good. They just don't know where it's going, or at least they haven't announced yet. But they do have more stories coming. If you guys are reading the last issue came out this week, and it was unreal. It was a crazy issue, a great final issue for the series, for the initial series. But they are continuing. You're gonna get more Stray Dogs comic content, and also I believe Tony has a really cool Kickstarter book that he is going to be talking about on Saturday also. So make sure you guys check out the Monocomic Mayhem show on Saturday to hang out with them, and they're very that show is very good about talking with the people in the chat and the live chat. So make sure you hang out with them and join in on the drinking game. But Ben, did you find out any information on this yet?
I did not. But I do want to. Before we go, I do want to make sure I tell Mickey thank you for hopping on.
Yes,
it was a pleasure.
Absolute
pleasure having you on.
Yeah, and I want to say this too, James Lynn. Thank you for the $5. He says, "Does Stray Dogs have more upside, or is it tapped?" I still think it has more upside. I mean, 125 raw for this book is a lot of money, but some of those variants, those homage covers, will have upside. Just like I think that good homages will always have upside, just like the hip hop covers, right? Those hip hop covers, most of those will continue to have upside. People are going to want to collect those.
That's a good point. And then too, when another hot comic homages a certain thing, everyone wants to get the old homages of the new homage, So
yes, yeah,
it always cycles back.
Yeah. Shout out again to another one of our big friends in this community, and that's Comic Man Andy. If you guys aren't following Comic Man Andy and the stuff he's doing, make sure to go check out his pages and his IG. Thank you for that, Andy. We appreciate it.
And I need $20 too.
Hell yeah, man. Hell yeah.
Andy's the man.
Yeah. So you guys, if you guys already subscribe to Andy's stuff, make sure to check him out on Tuesday nights, along with I believe Tony is over there from Blue Green Comics with Simple Man doing a really cool live show where they've got people, talking heads, talking about stuff, and I love to see Simple Man doing anything live. So
I love
shout
it.
out to them.
Mickey, it was a pleasure, brother.
Yeah. No, thank you guys so much for having me on. I mean, this was a lot of fun, and thanks to everyone in the chat, all the Flipside watchers. It's an honor to be on the channel. You guys do awesome content, and I love checking out this weekly show. So I'm always I'm super honored to have been on it this week. So
awesome.
Thank you.
Well, I know that as another fellow content creator, you're super busy, but we would love to see more of you. And if you ever have anything going over there and you need some talking heads, hit us up. We appreciate what you do, and keep doing it and doing it well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Everybody out there, thanks for hanging. Again, make sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button. Let us know who you would like to see on the show in the future. Don't forget to head on over to Mighty Mel V YouTube channel for Drunken Chat Son and get your chance on a Skull Digger number 9.8 for free on the Muffin Wall.
Free.
All right, guys. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight, and we'll catch you again next week. Adios.